Greetings, America, from the land of Lincoln. Honest Dave, it's Mr. Sports Travel. It's the state of Illinois video. Annoying earlier today, it was raining like holy hell. We got a break in the weather. This might be my only day on the 2022 50 States Tour in the land of Lincoln. I'll tell you where I am in a second. Thank you to all those that donate to OperationFirstResponse.org. I love you. That helps our veterans, service members, first responders and their families. I'm so happy I gotta wear shades because I'm hoping the rain is over and it's my video, I'll wear some shades. Thank you very much again for your donation. If you've not done so already, please donate $50 to OperationFirstResponse.org. Why 50? The man himself's turning 50 this year. Holy shnikes, I've been on the road for more than 25 years, sports traveling here, there, and everywhere, man. That's why they call me the everywhere man, Mr. Sports Travel. And visiting each of the 50 states, seeing a sporting event in each of the 50 states. So where are you, Mr. Sports Travel? Let's get on with it. Mr. Sports Travel in Danville, Illinois, in front of Danville Stadium, historic Danville Stadium, home of the course, the Danville Dans, a college woodbat summer league team. I've been here twice. Baseball is the theme of this video because in each video, as I celebrate the 50 states plus the District of Columbia, my first visit to the state, my most recent, and my favorite visit. So, why did I choose Danville? Well, first of all, it may be the only sporting event I'm going to see on this trip here in the great state of Illinois. I'm here for the National Junior Collegiate Men's Basketball Championship Division II at Danville Area Community College. I'm also here to see some hockey at Palmer Arena, an independent, non-NHL affiliated minor league hockey team at a great small arena, Palmer Arena. So you got three great venues in this little town, Danville, Illinois. Where is Danville, Illinois? Off of Interstate 74, about 20 minutes drive from Eastern Time, at least that part of Eastern Time, in the great state of Indiana. And I'm right here. So we're central Illinois, right on the border, eastern border here with Indiana. Now, because it might rain, and Joe doesn't like rain, Mr. Sports Travel doesn't like rain, we're going to get on with the videos here. Favorite memory? That can wait. First visit? Easy one. 1998, Mr. Sports Travel visiting the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. On that same trip, also went to Comiskey Park as he tried to hit his first sports travel milestone, all 30 MLB packs, which he finished in the end of the season in 1999. So did it in 2 years. Not bad, Mr. Sports Travel. 15 and 15. Ba-boom. That was my first visit. How about most recent visit, Mr. Sports Travel? I'm going to torture the name of the college. I apologize. November 1st, 2021, before today, most recent visit to the land of Lincoln, Kishwaukee Community College. I'm probably mispronouncing that, and I apologize. JUCO basketball, quaint pit-style gym. It was all good. I had a great time. Enjoyed it very much. That was probably my most recent visit. In fact, I remember now because the night before there, I saw the Chicago Bears play on Sunday, Halloween, against the San Francisco 49ers. And of course, in pure Chicago Bears fashion, they choked. Now the 49ers had a good team. As a result of that, of course, the 49ers lost in the NFC Championship game to the eventual Super Bowl champion, the Los Angeles Rams. So I was there October 31st, 2021, Halloween Sunday, in Chicago for the Bears. And then the next day saw the community college basketball, Kishwaukee, probably torturing the name, community college. So first visit, most recent visit. Mr. Sports Travel, tell us about your favorite visit to the land of Lincoln. It's a tough one because I've seen all the D1 basketball here, all the D1 baseball here, from Northern Illinois to Western Illinois to Eastern Illinois to Northwestern Illinois, University of Illinois, here, there, and everywhere. I've seen it all. And all the football, UP Illini, Northwestern, Northern Illinois. I've seen high school basketball here, probably in 6 to 12 different campuses from Pitneyville and Chester. There are cool gyms in the south to the Chicagoland area where they shot the movie Hoop Dreams. Great documentary, by the way, Hoop Dreams. Google it, watch it. Great documentary. Isaiah Thomas went to the school that the documentary was based on, St. Joseph, powerhouse Catholic school in the Chicagoland suburbs. Seen a game at that gym. Seen the Bulls, the Blackhawks, the Cubs, the Sox, and the Chicago Bears. So what is my favorite, and I've seen the high school basketball championships in New York. I've been everywhere, man, in this state, hence my nickname. So favorite moment, experience, celebrating with each of these 50 videos, 50 states tour. I'm turning the big 5-0. Got to be my first visit to the friendly confines, ladies and gentlemen. Baseball, as you know, is my favorite sport. I've seen it in more than 35 countries on 6 continents. I've seen baseball in Uganda. Where is Uganda? Africa. I've seen baseball in Australia. I've seen baseball in the Czech Republic. Nobody knows baseball in terms of ball packs more than Mr. Sportsman. And they sound arrogant. It's not arrogant. It's fact, okay? There's nothing like Wrigley Field and Fenway Park. They're in a class by themselves, especially on a beautiful summer afternoon. Baseball is meant to be played during the day. I'm sorry. And of course, Mr. Sports Travel refuses to go to a night game at Wrigley Field. Unless someone wants to give him free tickets, then they'll go. I'll buy you a beer. I've only been to day games at Wrigley Field. And my favorite moment was my first visit. I'm going to tell you why, because it's got a little story behind it, which I think you'll like. August 1998, my 15 ball packs and 21 days tour, my first big road trip. And I get to the ballpark an hour early. I'd never been there to Wrigley before. I'd seen it on TV as a kid growing up. Listen to Harry Caray. Holy cow, it's an old style story. So, I'm at Wrigley. I'm roaming around right field. And you know, the thing about sports is it's the best reality. You don't know what the outcome's going to be. You don't know who you're going to meet. And I ended up meeting a guy who was an usher. And you can tell, even before I started talking to him, I was like, I want to talk to this guy. He's got something to tell me. And his name, Henry Woodgren. The late, great Henry Woodgren. If any of the Henry Stamp is watching this video, what an awesome dude. So it's 98, I bump into Henry, he's an usher there. I tell him what I'm doing. He's like, oh yeah, you're doing a ballpark trip. Good for you, kid. I grew up in this neighborhood. So he just starts talking. He starts talking about something. And he grew up, the neighborhood was called Lakeview or Lakeville. It's like, I grew up in this neighborhood. Now it's like on Wrigley, right? And he talked about as a kid how he would catch the balls, hit over the Sheffield or over Waveland as the ball leaves the ballpark, home runs on the Sheffield or Waveland, which is a tradition that's been going on in Chicago since 1914. That's when this ballpark opened. So he's talking about, to me, about his enthusiasm for baseball, and he's probably in his 80s. At the time, I'm in my mid-20s. So we're just cutting it up, we're having a great time, beautiful sunny day. I'm not in a hurry, he's not in a hurry, he's just making sure people get to their seats. The game's like an hour away. It's a Sunday, I think it was a Sunday, so I don't think there was BP that day. So guys were just stretching on the field. They were playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. And that's when the Diamondbacks had their original uniform. This was 1998. So, that was actually their inaugural year, I think, 98, right? That was 98. So, one-take videos, folks. I have no script here. So, I'm talking to Henry, and Henry said, I got to tell you something. I said, okay. He said, I was here the day he called his shot. And of course, he didn't have to tell me who he was talking about. According to Henry, Henry was sitting right in that, where he's the usher there. That's probably why he got the job as an usher. He was there as a kid. He saw Babe Ruth. He says he saw Babe Ruth call his shot during the World Series. And if you Google it, you look it up, you don't know about it. World Series, Babe Ruth visiting. Boop, I'm hitting a home run out of here. According to Henry, he saw with his own eyes. This is my conversation with him in 1998. He was in his 80s. He's probably since passed. This is 25 years ago. But I was, of course, blown away. I'm like, oh my God, you were here? Oh, that's right. Babe Ruth played at Wrigley Field. That's right. Babe Ruth, Ted Williams played at Fenway Park. All these great, great players. And that's what makes the Fenways and the Wrigleys in just a class by themselves compared to these other parks, which are great. I miss the old Yankee Stadium for its atmosphere. The Yankee Stadium was like Fenway when it's rocking, and Wrigley when it's rocking. And I miss the old Tiger Stadium. But that's it. Those four are like in their own class by themselves. So Henry tells me this story. The game hasn't even started. I'm like having the greatest time ever. 2 years later, I go back to Wrigley. And sure enough, where's my first stop? And sure enough, who's there to give me a big hug? Henry Woodgren, the best usher ever at Wrigley Field. Henry's probably long gone now. I mean, he was in his 80s back then. This is 20, 25 years ago. But my point is, when you go to sporting events, it's the people you meet, it's the sounds, it's the smells, it's going with your family, your friends, your buddies from college, your neighbor, your kids, your parents, your cousin, your best bud. It's just meeting people too. I mean, when I'm going on these sporting events, a lot of times I'm going by myself because I'm still acting like a kid. Most people my age, friends of mine I grew up with, I've known for 25, 30 years, they're married, they have kids. Some of them even have, their kids even have kids. But I remember going to these events with them, or with my father. And that's one of the reasons I chose this ballpark, by the way, is this ballpark is how minor league baseball used to be, Danville Stadium. When I was growing up in Connecticut, my late father took me to see the old Bristol Red Sox at Muzzy Field, which is still there like this is. And he took me to the old New Britain Red Sox, another suburb of Hartford, at the old New Britain Stadium, not the new one. The old one's still there. It's shown some wear, but it's still there. I think it's used by high schools now. So this venue, this is my favorite College Wood Bat League summer venue in the great state of Illinois. This venue really captures the essence of that father-son, father-daughter, mother-daughter, you know, the sports bond between a child and his parent, or between brothers, sisters, siblings, what have you. So, if you're ever in Danville, it's a great venue to catch a ball game. And again, they got the hockey here, and I'm here for the JUCO championships. So you got my favorite, most recent visit to the great land of Lincoln. Hope you've enjoyed it. By the way, the cars you've been hearing, this is a road behind me, and it is appropriately called Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson Way. It's like a Ford Thunderbird there that's driving old school. Driving along Jackie Robinson Way. As you can see, it rained here earlier today. Beautiful right now, no wind. Let's play two, as Ernie Banks would say. Probably not, it's March. This is probably the only visit I'm going to make to Illinois, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please watch my other videos about the great land of Lincoln and other states across the fruited plain. The 51st video will be the great state of Alaska in October or November 51. Can't forget DC, the district. And that video is here on Instagram and Twitter. Mr. Sports Travel, MR Sports Travel, that's the handle. On Facebook, it's at Mr. MASTER sportstravel.com. My website, MrSportsTravel.com. Please be my friend on YouTube. I need some YouTube friends. Still learning the social media stuff, folks. I'm not of the social media generation. I'm 50 almost. At least of this video. Oh my God, I'll be 50. And speaking of 50, if you're not donating $50 to OperationFirstResponse.org, I would be most grateful. A kiss out to those that have donated. Thank you so much. 4-star rating from Charity Navigator, this Operation First Response. I approach them. They kick butt. The money goes directly to help our vets, service members, first responders, and their families. Doesn't go to wasteless marketing. Doesn't go in the pocket of some corporate hack. It goes to help our veterans. And Peggy Baker and their lean fighting for vets in this machine do a fantastic job. That's why I approach them. In fact, their office is like their house. Right? So what does that tell you? Money's going to the vets. And just last year, the year 2021, despite all the COVID stuff going on, I want to say they helped almost 2,000 different individuals across the great United States of America. Athletes get called heroes by these announcers. It drives me nuts. Athletes are not heroes, folks. They're great athletes. Now, if they serve, they got the hero label. But to me, if you're a real hero, you serve. You do something greater than yourself. You serve in the police department. You serve in the fire department. You serve overseas. You do something greater than yourself. That's a hero. So that's where your $50 is so important, or more, to help those in need. And again, in exchange for that, I will help you plan your next sports road trip. Over and out from the land of Lincoln.